morning, Lestiel.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good.
Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
All right. This is going to be pretty simple. Why don't you just start off by telling us your name, where you're from?
Okay. My name is Lestiel Kelly, prior Lopez, and I'm from Washington Heights, uptown Manhattan.
Uptown Manhattan.
Mm-hmm.
And what branch of the service did you join?
Navy.
Navy.
Mm-hmm. Let the journey begin.
Right.
That was the slogan.
So why don't you share with us where you came from? How was life just going into the military? Why did you what was going on in your life before the military? Why did you choose the military? And more importantly, why did you choose the Navy?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so my dad's from Costa Rica, my mom's from the Dominican Republic.
Okay.
I grew up in a primarily Dominican neighborhood. I went to Catholic school my whole life. I went to all-girl high school. I really did not like school at that point, and I was like, I knew, and I had, my parents, we were comfortable, we vacationed every year, I had all the things that I can have, and I was a big party girl, lots of friends, and I knew that I needed to get out of there, and then I needed discipline. So I had some family friends that were in the Navy, and I went to Virginia Beach. She was a corpsman, right, and her sister had just come from Italy, and I was like, that sounds awesome, so I'm going to do that. So as soon as
Travel the world.
Yep. And the first year that I was in, I literally went around the world.
No kidding.
Yeah. So it was, and the slogan at that time was "Let the journey begin," and it was.
Is that what it was?
Action packed, and I was in '99. I was in during 9/11. Okay. So I saw a lot of change in the world very quickly, because I did go to the Middle East when it was not wartime, and then I went back during wartime. So I did see a lot that was, and it really made me aware of things that I was not aware of before. And it also made me connected to so many people, because my area was very homogenous. Everybody was Latino descent.
Right.
And I really hadn't been around a lot of different cultures and people from different ethnicities. So going into the Navy was really eye-opening, and it really, was a great education in people.
Right. So what was your rating? I said the Navy has ratings.
My rate. I was an aviation electrician on F-14s.
Hey.
Yeah, so I was on deck.
Tomcats.
I said if I was gonna do it, I'm like, I want to be in the action.
Yeah.
Yep.
So did you have someone who was influential to you in your military career?
I have to say I've met a lot of really wonderful leaders along the way, but there was one Master Chief, and I'm so upset because I've been trying to remember his name lately, but it was 20 years ago, and he was just really nice man. He was from the islands, and I got in trouble, and he gave me a deal, and he said to me, all right, if you keep this deal, he's like, what do you want me to do? And I said, well, Master Chief, I promise I'm never going to get in trouble again. And if I do, you can throw the book at me. And he said to me, all right. And when he was leaving, he said to me, you were the first person I made that deal with, and the only one who kept it. Everyone after you broke the deal, and they all got in trouble. And I tell my son that story all the time when he gets in trouble. I say, you see, buddy, I'm going to throw the book at you now.
Good. Were there any things that you learned in the military that you still carry with you today?
Oh, of course. And to follow through. Because I said, discipline was I knew I was not very, even though I must have been, because I went to Catholic school my whole life, so I was very regimented, but I felt like in order to be successful, there was a certain amount of discipline that you need, and the follow through. That when I went to getting through a boot camp, I knew okay, if I could do this, I can do hard shit. Sorry.
No, you're good.
I'm a sailor.
And if you had some advice for other younger generation trying to go through the ranks, deciding I think I want to do the military, maybe I want to do the Navy, maybe branch, what would you say to them?
Well, I always said I would never have my children serve. That was just what you think. And now my son's getting ready to leave high school, and I'm like, pick a branch, buddy. I see that you need and I wanted him to go Coast Guard, because I understand the discipline and the meeting people from all different branches and from all different parts of the world, because I had shipmates from everywhere, right? And then the other day he goes to me, "Oh, mommy, I want to go Navy." And I was like, my heart like was happy but also sunk all at once. And I knew that like now the slogan for the Navy is "Forged by the Sea."
Forged by the sea.
Yes,
Good
and
to
he
know.
needs to be forged by the sea. So I would say it's a great opportunity
Awesome.
if you go in with a good mindset.
Nice. And has there been anything that'll stand out for your entire career? How long did you serve, anyways?
5 years.
5 years. Now, for those 5 years, is there anything that you're going to go down another, when you're 70, 80 years old, you're going to sit there? I remember when. Is there anything that sticks in your brain like that?
Oh, there was so many of them, quite honestly. It was an action-packed 5 years. Like, I literally went from boot camp to the boat,
No kidding.
to the flight deck.
Yeah.
I remember, like, my first day almost getting sucked in by an intake. Like, I was at boot camp, like, 4 months ago, and I'm here in the middle of the Arabian Sea.
Yeah.
And I think that, like, the one thing they always tell you is the moment you feel safe on the flight deck, that's the day you die. And like by the time that you've been on the flight deck maybe a month, now you got a trainee. So it's like not only do I gotta keep myself alive, but I gotta keep this person alive too. So that was like that moment where it was just like that you really feel the camaraderie. It's like it's not about you. It's not just about keeping yourself safe. It's like you have to keep everybody safe.
Right. Your left and your right. Great. So when it was time for your ETS, you were getting ready to separate. You decided I don't want to re-up again. I want to get back to my civilian life. What was that like?
Well, I love the action of the flight deck. So then I went to culinary school. I'm like, what else is going to be as action packed as the flight deck? The kitchen. Yeah. So I did that, and I worked at a lot of high-end restaurants in New York City, did fine dining. That was fun and wonderful. And then I became a mom, and that schedule is not conducive to being a mom. And I did go to the management side of things, and then I went back to school and to City College with my post 9/11 GI Bill, which was amazing. And I got my degree in communications and public administrations. At that time, I was serving at the City College Veterans Association, the CCVA, and I was the treasurer there for 3 years and built a thriving veteran community there, which we are, 15 years later, we're all still very close. And when I moved here to Palm Harbor, I've been here 3 years, I was like, I've always been affiliated with Wounded Warrior. I'm one of their peer support also. And then I was like, but I wanted to be more in my immediate community. And I was very happy to find the PCVA to have, be in community with fellow veterans here.
Awesome. So you do a lot within the community now. And you said you've been living out here for now about 3 years?
Yep, 3 years.
That was straight from New York?
We went to Jersey for 2 years,
Yeah.
and then we came here.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Was there anything else you want to add for anyone who's looking at this book, who's going to be looking at probably your story in another 5 to 10 years?
Well, when I was in college, I worked at the Harlem Vet Center, and Charlie Rangel was a senator, and he was a big part of our community, and he explained it so well. And he said, it doesn't matter if you served in World War II and Vietnam, but any era that you serve, that camaraderie is always going to be there. There's something that when you say to a veteran, I'm a veteran, it's like that automatic camaraderie, and you just feel a sense of like, you kind of like take a breath, like, oh, you understand.
Right.
Yeah.
Good stuff. And you obviously have a great sense of flair. And I know a lot of people in the community love that about you. You're very open. You seem to allow people to open their doors around you. So thank you for all that. And thank you for all what you do with the Pinellas County Veterans Association and the community.
Oh, thank you, Dave, for starting and bringing us all together.